In a moment of frustration, he strikes himself on the head and tragically loses his life. However, his story does not end there. He awakens to find himself reincarnated as a character named Leon Fu Bartfort within the very same Autumn game. This new world he finds himself in combines futuristic technology with a rural setting, where floating islands serve as the backdrop. Within this game's society, a distinctive feature emerges, a female-dominated structure, where men exist as either husbands or paramours to noble ladies. Leon's father Balkis marries a noblewoman named Zola. 10 years pass, and Leon finds himself working in a lowly position, yearning to enter the academy where young men can meet potential partners. However, he discovers that Zola has arranged a marriage for him with a 50-year-old woman who is described as unattractive. Unwilling to accept this proposal, Leon refuses, but Zola warns him that he won't be able to survive on his own and that his impoverished status prevents him from entering the academy. Later, Leon approaches his father and asks for a favor. Soon, he finds himself aboard a ship, utilizing his knowledge of the game to locate a vessel named Luxion. As he explores further, he discovers a portal that transports him to a laboratory, where he encounters Luxion, a powerful artificial intelligence. To his surprise, Luxion attacks him, prompting Leon to defend himself. Despite sustaining significant injuries, Leon, a new human with magical abilities, manages to defeat Luxion. However, his wounds are severe, and in a twist of fate, Luxion saves him, recognizing him as its rightful owner. Back at the palace, Zola assumes Leon has perished, but to her astonishment, he arrives outside on a ship accompanied by Luxion and vast wealth. With newfound power and resources, Leon can now refuse Zola's demand for an arranged marriage and pursue his original plan of entering the academy. Leon learns that due to his accomplishments, he has been bestowed the title of Baron, which means his future wife must be of noble birth. As the story unfolds, Leon observes various love interests, including Prince Julius, Brad, Jilk, Chris, Greg, and the wealthy antagonist, Angelica Redgrave. However, Leon's attention is captured by a surprising turn of events when he witnesses a girl named Marie slapping the prince. To his astonishment, Marie turns out to be the heroine of the story. Prince Julius takes an interest in Marie, which causes tension with his fiancée, Angelica. Julius decides to host a tea party and invites Marie, despite Angelica's objections. The prince asserts his autonomy in his personal affairs within the school, leaving Angelica silenced. Inspired by these events, Leon decides to host his tea party. He invites a girl who arrives accompanied by her less attractive friends. They enjoy the food, thank Leon, and depart. Later, as Leon exits his room, he encounters Olivia, a scholarship student who is being bullied by others. Moved by compassion, Leon invites Olivia to his tea party and advises her to develop a friendship with Angelica, to which Olivia agrees. Afterward, the group embarks on a dungeon exploration, and Angelica once again confronts Marie for her involvement with the prince. However, Julius intervenes and advises Angelica to step back. Meanwhile, Leon becomes aware that the nobles are using the commoners as human shields, urging them to lead the way into the dungeon. Together with Olivia, Leon ventures into the dungeon, encountering and successfully defeating a group of monsters. However, during a surprise attack from above, Leon sustains an injury to his arm. Julius and his friends subsequently arrive and eliminate the remaining monsters, claiming all the credit for themselves. In a further turn of events, Julius gets injured but is healed by Marie, further fueling Angelica's anger. Despite Angelica's protests, Julius publicly dismisses her while displaying affection towards Marie. Olivia uses her healing abilities to treat Leon's injury, revealing that her magical skills earned her a scholarship. Leon, puzzled by the changes in the storyline and the evolving dynamics between Marie and Olivia, questions why Olivia has been replaced as the game's protagonist. Julius confronts Angelica about Marie's recent mistreatment, including the incident where her bag was burned. He questions Angelica's involvement, but she vehemently denies any wrongdoing. In response, Julius sternly prohibits Angelica from associating with Marie, a surprising turn of events that was initially expected to occur much later in the story. Meanwhile, Leon takes the opportunity to inquire about Marie's personality from Olivia. However, Olivia reveals that she has only spoken to Marie once, and their encounter left Marie harboring animosity toward her. To Leon's surprise, he and Olivia stumble upon a clandestine moment in the library where Marie and Brad share a secretive kiss. This revelation hints that Marie is aware of the nature of their existence within the confines of the game. Subsequently, Angelica is shown consumed by distress over the prince's infatuation with Marie. She questions why he is so enamored with Marie, and wonders about her standing in his heart. Amid her turmoil, Gina enters Leon's room and inquires about his involvement with Marie. Leon truthfully denies any connection, and Gina advises him to maintain a positive relationship with the prince as he is next in line for the throne. Intrigued and suspicious, Leon commands Luxian to gather information on Marie as he begins to harbor doubts about her true intentions. Later on, Angelica exposes Marie's unfaithfulness to the prince, only to discover that he was already aware of Marie's manipulative tactics. It turns out that Marie has managed to ensnare all 5 love interests, leaving Angelica devastated. Fueled by her anger and determination, Angelica challenges Marie to a duel, intending to reclaim her rightful place. However, to Angelica's surprise, all 5 love interests step forward as Marie's champions, willing to fight on her behalf. Recalling the game's storyline, Leon remembers that in the original plot, Angelica suffered a humiliating defeat, was forced into an abusive marriage, and endured a life of misery. Driven by his sense of justice, Leon volunteers as Angelica's champion, determined to change her fate. They agree that the loser of the duel must stay away from the prince permanently. To battle, they will utilize powerful robotic suits known as armors. During their preparations, Leon notices that some students have been placing bets on the outcome of the duels, and he decides to wager a small fortune on himself. Meanwhile, Leon becomes increasingly convinced that Marie, with her use of game dialogue, has also been reincarnated into this world. As the tension builds, Leon becomes aware of the underlying complexities and hidden agendas at play. In a heartfelt moment, Angelica approaches Leon, pleading with him to forfeit the duel for her sake. However, determined to rewrite their destinies, Leon firmly rejects her request, ready to face the upcoming duel with unwavering resolve. The stage is set for the highly anticipated duel, and a restless crowd gathers, expressing their disapproval of Leon. Amongst the jeering and booing, Luxian arrives, presenting Leon's customized armor, Arrogance. As Arrogance stands distinct from the armors associated with the 5 love interests, it becomes a subject of mockery and scorn from the spectators. Despite the skepticism and doubters, Leon remains steadfast in his confidence. He firmly believes in his abilities and is determined to prove himself by triumphing over all 5 love interests. With a resolute spirit, he prepares himself mentally and physically for the upcoming battle, ready to showcase the true power of Arrogance and defy the expectations placed upon him. As the crowd continues to mock Arrogance, Angelica questions Leon's intention to fight with such seemingly cumbersome and slow armor. Unfazed by the laughter and doubts, Leon stands firm in his decision. Angelica takes the opportunity to explain to Olivia that Leon's armor is a lost item crafted by old humans, possessing unique qualities. Unlike the love interest's armors that prioritize speed, Arrogance prioritizes other attributes. The first opponent, Brad, known for his magical prowess and lance wielding, charges toward Leon. In a comical mishap, Leon mistakenly equips a large shovel instead of a sword. Nevertheless, he decides to make the best of it and faces Brad head-on. To everyone's surprise, Leon anticipates Brad's predictable attack pattern and swiftly knocks him out, securing a swift victory. Up next is Greg, who wields a long spear and boasts fighting experience. Leon keenly observes that Greg's armor has undergone multiple repairs, indicating its vulnerability. With a calculated strategy, Leon dismantles Greg's armor, exposing his true nature as a weak bully. The match concludes with Greg's defeat, showcasing Leon's tactical prowess and superiority. Following Greg's defeat, it is now Chris's turn to face Leon. Chris, armed with a sword, is known to be weak against guns. Leveraging this knowledge, Leon deploys drones to weaken Chris's armor before engaging in combat. Chris launches his attack with the sword, but Leon skillfully breaks it apart, leaving Chris defeated. In the aftermath of the battle, Luxian reveals to Leon that Arrogance has been rigged with explosives, a scheme orchestrated by Jilk under Jenna's instructions. However, Leon remains unfazed, expressing confidence in Arrogance's ability to withstand the blasts. The much-anticipated showdown between Jill and Leon commences. Jilk employs a smokescreen to obscure Leon's vision and proceeds to shoot at him. To Jill's surprise, his attack does not affect Leon, as his armor proves resilient. Taking advantage of his magical abilities, Jilk attempts to activate the bombs installed on Arrogance. However, to Marie's fury, Arrogance withstands the explosion, resulting in Jilk's defeat and securing Leon's victory. Leon taunts Julius, highlighting the absurdity of sharing Marie with multiple love interests. He emphasizes that Julius will never understand the struggles of being a commoner. In response, Julius asserts that he never desired to be a part of royalty, and that Marie loves him for who he truly is. However, Leon continues to mock him, warning that if Julius persists in rejecting Angelica, he could face consequences such as losing his title as prince. Faced with this ultimatum, Julius chooses Marie and publicly announces the end of his engagement to Angelica. He challenges Angelica to step aside if she truly loves him. Enraged by the turn of events, Leon seizes Julius's armor and defeats him in the ensuing battle. Later, to prevent any further family conflicts, Leon negotiates a deal with Julius's father to ensure the safety and well-being of his own family. As part of the agreement, Leon agrees to be expelled from the academy and willingly relinquishes his noble titles, accompanied by monetary compensation. Angelica's father, recognizing the sincerity of Leon's intentions, accepts the terms of the agreement and suggests that Leon take Angelica to the countryside for a change of environment. Upon returning home, Zola initially expresses her anger towards Leon for his reckless actions. However, her anger subsides when Angelica introduces herself and explains the sacrifices Leon made on her behalf. As they settle on Leon's private island, Olivia and Angelica bond over a relaxing hot spring bath, fostering a budding friendship between them. Meanwhile, at the academy, Marie seethes with anger as her plan for an effortless life falls apart, seeing that all her love interests, including Julius, have lost their titles. Luxian informs Leon that Julius and the other love interests are now compelled to earn their income by venturing into dangerous dungeons. Later, Leon learns that he has been promoted to the 6th rank by Julius's parents as a way to teach their son a valuable lesson. Though initially annoyed, Leon realizes that he has gained valuable experiences and true friends like Angelica and Olivia along the way. With a renewed perspective, he returns to the academy not solely focused on finding a noble wife, but rather cherishing the friendships he has formed. He is content knowing that he has genuine companions by his side. Leon, Olivia, and Angelica come together to host a maid cafe as part of the Academy's student festival. It becomes a lively and enjoyable event for everyone involved. During the festival, Jenna approaches Leon and reveals her scheme to steal a Viscount's heir away from her friend. She asks Leon to intervene and threaten her friend on her behalf. However, Leon, having learned from his past experiences, refuses to engage in such manipulative actions. He advises Jenna to resolve her issues through honest communication and understanding instead. Leon becomes infuriated upon discovering that Marie has opened a competing cafe with Julius and the love interests as waiters. However, Olivia's charm and hospitality management attracts the attention of a customer named Carla Fuwain, who expresses interest in meeting Leon. Meanwhile, Queen Mylene, Julius' mother, attends the festival and expresses her desire to meet Leon. Leon, Olivia, and Angelica seize the opportunity and arrange a meeting with the queen. During the festival, they encounter Stephanie, the daughter of Count Offrey, who visits their cafe and proceeds to insult them. To add insult to injury, Stephanie's servant goes as far as slapping Leon, which catches the attention of Queen Mylene. She intervenes and puts a stop to the altercation. Unfazed by Stephanie's insolence, Leon finally reaches his breaking point and confronts Stephanie's servants, ultimately giving them a taste of their own medicine. Stephanie, realizing she has crossed paths with the queen, hastily flees the scene in fear of the consequences. Later, while observing the lively atmosphere of the academy, Leon finds himself captivated by Queen Mylene's presence and jokingly asks her to marry him. Although the remark flatters her, Julius, being protective of his mother, reprimands Leon for his audacity. Mylene, however, is infuriated with Julius for his behavior and demands to meet Marie, realizing that she has been manipulating her son. Amid these events, Carla approaches Leon and confides in him about the dire situation faced by her Wayne family, who are on the brink of ruin. She implores Leon to save her family from their predicament, seeking his assistance and placing her trust in him. Luxian advises Leon that there isn't a compelling reason for him to assist Carla. Nevertheless, Leon argues that if he refuses to help Carla, it would reflect poorly on Olivia, who acted as the intermediary in the situation. Subsequently, it becomes apparent that Olivia's relationship with Angelica has grown somewhat strained following an incident where Olivia was subjected to bullying and derogatorily labeled as Angelica's pet by Stephanie. A lively festival kicks off at the academy, which includes a bike race. Angelica enthusiastically mentions that the race creates a lot of excitement every year, and she's also a member of the executive committee. Moreover, it is disclosed that the frontrunner for this year's bike race is Danfia Elger, a third-year student. However, many individuals are keeping a close watch on Jilk, a talented first-year student known for his impressive air bike maneuvering skills. In contrast, Leon, although skilled enough to participate in the race, is inclined towards placing bets on the outcome instead. Meanwhile, Marie asserts that if Jilk emerges as the victor, they stand to win a substantial sum of prize money. However, she harbors a strong aversion to gambling due to her past experiences with a former partner who had frequent gambling debts. As a result, in this world, Marie aims to earn money through dependable and trustworthy means. The scene transitions to the racecourse, where Jilk holds a prominent position in the lead. Meanwhile, Leon, with the assistance of Luxian, continues to secure victories in his bets. Suddenly, the other riders who are Claris's followers begin targeting Jilk and he gets injured. Later, it is revealed that Claris deliberately injured Jilk to make him suffer for breaking their engagement. Since Jilk becomes ineligible to participate in the race, Marie informs Leon that people will question Angelica's competence if she fails to find a substitute. As a result, Leon agrees to become a substitute participant in the race and subsequently crosses paths with Dan. In their conversation, Dan discloses his intense dislike for Jilk and expresses his determination to win the race for the sake of Claris. To Dan's surprise, Leon admits that he shares a similar animosity towards Jilk. However, Dan assures him that he will not offer him any preferential treatment in the race. Later, as the race begins, everyone directs their focus on Leon, considering him responsible for their debts due to his winnings. In the midst of it all, Stephanie confides in Olivia about Angelica's arrogant attitude towards commoners. Olivia is taken aback by this revelation and hastily retreats, while Angelica becomes infuriated and physically assaults Stephanie. Meanwhile, Leon manages to catch up to Dan and emerges victorious in the race, only to have his bike explode. Thankfully, Dan intervenes just in time, saving Leon from a potentially disastrous fall, a result of their shared animosity towards Jilk. Later on, Leon compels Jilk to offer a sincere apology to Claris. Graciously, she accepts Jill's apology and expresses her gratitude to Leon, recognizing his inherent kindness. In a subsequent conversation with Olivia, Leon advises her that, despite her commoner status, she can foster a friendship with Angelica by openly communicating her true feelings. Returning to Olivia's room, Carla arrives and inquires if she has a moment to spare. It is revealed that Carla is working for Stephanie, who suddenly arrives and threatens Olivia to join her or she'll destroy her reputation. Olivia tries to rebel, but Stephanie claims she's nothing more than a commoner and is being used by her so-called friends. She destroys Olivia's confidence and trust by making her believe that Leon is only after her body. Furthermore, she claims that Angelica and Leon both are nobles who will never accept Olivia as their equal. Later on, Leon learns that Carla's land is being invaded by the Sky Pirates and Stephanie is the real culprit behind all the mess. She's jealous of Olivia and her progress to establish herself as a reputable commoner among the nobles. That's why she is plotting a plan to force Olivia into a battle with the Sky Pirates. Furthermore, Leon reveals that the protagonist, Olivia, requires 3 essential items to awaken her powers as the saint. First is the holy bracelet hidden in the dungeon palace. Second is the holy necklace that's in the possession of the Sky Pirates, and third is the holy staff watched over by the kingdom's temple. Choosing to fulfill Carl's request of defeating the Sky Pirates, Leon faces a dilemma when Luxian advises him to let Olivia handle the task instead. Luxian believes that Leon's excessive protectiveness towards Olivia is preventing her from experiencing personal growth, but Leon disagrees. Later, Leon arrives aboard his newly constructed ship, the Partner, which Luxian had built. To his surprise, Carla appears, accompanied by Olivia, who has now become her servant, while Greg and Brad also join the group. Meanwhile, Angelica discovers the truth about Stephanie's mistreatment of Olivia and issues a stern warning, stating that she will take severe action if anything harmful befalls Olivia. Back on the ship, Brad discloses a surprising revelation. Stephanie was his former fiancée, and her family played a crucial role in establishing diplomatic relations with the neighboring Phanos dukedom. As a result, they have the advantage of not having to worry about facing the Phanos dukedom's most formidable warrior, renowned as the Black Knight. Unexpectedly, 2 Sky Pirate ships rapidly approach their location, prompting Leon to activate Arrogance, his formidable weapon. With remarkable ease, he defeats the enemy ships and apprehends their crews as prisoners. Subsequently, they arrive at Carla's territory, where they encounter her father, Conrad Fu Wayne. To everyone's astonishment, Conrad reveals that his family has not faced any threats from the Sky Pirates. It becomes evident that Carla has been deceiving them all along, attempting to shift blame onto Olivia. However, Leon intervenes, exerting his intimidating presence and compelling Carla to confess that Stephanie had instructed her to spread falsehoods. During their return journey, Leon visits Olivia, only to notice that she has developed an overwhelming sense of inferiority. In a moment of vulnerability, Olivia questions if Leon's intentions towards her are solely based on her physicality, which he emphatically denies. Overwhelmed by her emotions, she begins to cry while passionately asserting her identity as a human being and not merely his pet. Later on, Luxian reveals that Olivia feels downhearted because she faced intense hostility at the academy. He advises Leon not to worry excessively about her. Leon realizes that his protectiveness hindered Olivia's emotional growth and wonders what to do next. Suddenly, Brad shows up and starts practicing his sword skills. He admits that despite being the best looking in their group, he is physically the weakest. Brad wants to become stronger to win the heart of Marie by defeating Leon. They start sparring, and Leon realizes that his rivals are sincerely trying to impress Marie, unlike himself. Back at the academy, Marie is chased by a monster while trying to retrieve a special item before Olivia. The scene shifts to the ship, where Leon and the others are attacked by the main force of the Sky Pirates. Surprisingly, this time, Greg and Brad express their wish to Leon to help him in the battle. During the battle, Leon defeats some pirates but gets attacked and falls for a while. Meanwhile, Olivia rushes to help him but gets surrounded by the enemy's pirate captain. However, Brad and Greg step in to intervene, but the pirate captain gains the upper hand. Leon gets back up, and Luxian informs him that Olivia is in danger. Consequently, he rushes to her aid but finds Brad and Greg struggling against the enemy. Leon refrains from interfering as he believes, based on the game, that Olivia belongs with handsome love interests, while he sees himself as just a background character. However, as Brad and Greg become overwhelmed, Leon orders Luxian to increase power output to the maximum. Then, he charges at the enemy and effortlessly defeats the captain. Moreover, he retrieves the holy necklace from the captain, saving everyone. Brad sustains injuries, but Olivia uses her healing magic to treat him. Leon arrives and praises Greg for his assistance, while Brad loses consciousness. He then instructs Greg to help him carry Brad inside but unintentionally overlooks Olivia, devastating her. Later, Luxian discovers important documents that link the pirates to Count Offrey's family and Stephanie, who orchestrated the entire mess. On the other hand, Leon insists that Greg and Brad receive all the credit for defeating the pirates. It is revealed that he asked their family to reconsider their disinheritance. Stephanie and her family are finally arrested for their crimes, while Angelica scolds Leon for distancing himself from Olivia, worsening their relationship even more. Subsequently, thanks to Greg and Brad's efforts, Leon is promoted from the upper 6th to the lower 5th rank. He also receives a letter from Clarice's father, expressing gratitude for helping his daughter. As a token of appreciation, Clarice's father arranges for Leon to be promoted to the upper 5th rank after graduation. All these promotions annoy Leon because they ruin his plan to remain an unnoticed character. The day of the school trip event finally comes, when students from all 3 grades go on a trip together. They are split into 3 groups for different activities. As time goes by, Leon grows more and more annoyed when he realizes that the attractive love interests are still getting lots of attention, while he remains unnoticed. He wishes that things would follow the game's story and that the love interests would just get together with Olivia already. Later, Leon visits a shrine where he coincidentally meets Olivia and Angelica. It is revealed that the shrine is dedicated to marriage and is said to be quite effective. After offering their prayers, Leon receives the famous charms of the shrine but shares them with Angelica and Olivia. Angelica receives the red blessing of element, Olivia the white, and Leon a war fortune charm. The War Fortune charm is an item that enhances close-quarter combat abilities and increases physical attributes. Later on, the ship comes under attack by numerous monsters from the Phanos Dukedom. Surprisingly, the Phanos Dukedom, which was once part of the kingdom under a duke, has declared independence and now considers itself a separate nation. Leon is taken aback by this unexpected turn of events, as this occurrence was meant to take place at the end of the game. Immediately, he orders Luxian to inform the main ship and the partner about the situation. Suddenly, a monstrous airship comes into view, carrying Herdude, the first princess of the Phanos Dukedom. Much to everyone's astonishment, she declares war on the Halford Kingdom and gives them a mere hour to surrender. Hertude's commander, Garrett, announces that only children of noble families ranking as barons or higher will be taken as prisoners. In an act of selflessness, Angelica volunteers to be a hostage to save the others. However, Leon and Olivia attempt to intervene. Unfortunately, Leon is restrained by other students, and Garrett orders them to attack him, causing him to lose consciousness. Later on, it is revealed that only Angelica will be taken hostage, while the other students will face the grim fate of being killed. As a result, Chris pleads with Leon to help him, emphasizing that their lives are at stake. In a moment of frustration and anger, Leon insults the other students, labeling them as mere wannabe nobles who would perish like dogs if they dared to fight back. Fu Roseblade, the second-ranking noble after Angelica, attempts to boast about her family's accomplishments, but Leon dismisses her as a coward. Surprisingly, Leon's blunt words manage to ignite a spark of courage in the hearts of the other students, and Dare starts to develop a fondness for him. Before setting off, Olivia implores Leon to rescue Angelica, and he promises to do so. It is discovered that Princess Gertrude controls her monsters using a magical flute. Determined to save Angelica, Leon resolves to infiltrate the monster ship. Meanwhile, the other students put up a valiant effort to protect the Academy ship from the relentless onslaught of monsters. To everyone's surprise, they display impressive fighting skills, and Leon reveals that they are all descendants of adventurers. Out of the blue, Garrett initiates a barrage of cannon fire aimed at the Academy ship. However, Olivia springs into action, activating her white blessing elemental charm and conjuring a protective shield that shields everyone on board. Leon is left in awe as he witnesses Olivia harnessing her long-awaited saint powers. Luxian steps in to provide an explanation, revealing that despite not having all the necessary saint's key items, Olivia's power is formidable due to her unwavering commitment to diligent studying. Throughout her tenure at the Academy, she wholeheartedly dedicated herself to diligent efforts and acquired a wealth of knowledge. Thanks to Olivia's help, Leon calculates the shortest distance and charges straight toward the monster ship. He manages to infiltrate the vessel and defeats Garrett, leaving Princess Gertrude surprised. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Gertrude surrenders herself, and Leon takes her hostage. With both Angelica and Gertrude in tow, Leon successfully returns to the Academy ship. Back on the Academy ship, Olivia becomes exhausted from the excessive use of her magic. As the situation grows dire, Garrett orders everyone to attack the Academy ship without concern for the princess. Amid the chaos, Gertrude releases her control over the monsters, directing them toward herself. Leon attempts to divert the monsters, while Angelica activates her red elemental charm, granting her the power to wield fire magic. Angelica advises Olivia to rest and embraces her tightly. Suddenly, Garrett fires upon the Academy ship once more, causing Angelica to lose her footing. However, Olivia manages to catch her, but in the process, she begins to fall. Luckily, Leon arrives just in time to save Olivia from a disastrous fall. At that moment, Olivia scolds him for keeping his distance and confesses her deep feelings of love for him. Angelica and Olivia reconcile, finding common ground and resolving their differences. Just as their reconciliation takes place, Leon's second ship, the Partner, arrives on the scene. Leon quickly gives instructions for the second ship to protect the main one, and he departs, taking control of Arrogance to engage in a direct assault against the enemy. Meanwhile, Garrett summons his most formidable soldier, Sir Vandal, also known as the Black Knight. As Leon continues to defeat enemy soldiers one by one, he orders the Academy students to board the Partner, intending to remove them from the battlefield for their safety. However, his attention is suddenly drawn to the approaching figure of the formidable Black Knight, Vandal. Angelica reveals that Vandal has single-handedly sunk dozens of the kingdom's warships, adding to the weight of the challenge that lies ahead for Leon. In an attempt to defend himself, Leon activates his drones, but Vandal expertly evades them and gains the upper hand in the battle. Despite his lack of experience compared to Vandal, Leon refuses to give up and decides to confront him head-on, resorting to using his bare hands. However, Vandal's determination only grows stronger as he refuses to be defeated by Leon. In a daring move, Vandal manages to pierce through the armor of Arrogance, posing a significant threat to Leon. Thinking quickly, Leon embraces Vandal in a bear hug and emerges, pointing a gun at him. The turn of events forces Vandal to surrender, frustrating Garrett and disrupting his plans. Out of sheer frustration, Garrett ignites a special signal flare, summoning all available monsters to his aid. However, Leon unveils his trump card at last and commands Luxian's main ship, concealed above the clouds, to eliminate the monsters. With this strategic move, Leon emerges victorious in the battle and chooses to keep Vandal's sword as a trophy. Later, Garrett pleads with Leon for mercy, hoping to escape severe consequences. However, Leon remains resolute and decides to bring everyone back to the kingdom to face justice. Surprisingly, upon returning to his room, Leon discovers Angelica and Olivia peacefully asleep in night suits. Uncertain about the circumstances, he meets with Chris and selflessly attributes all the credit for defeating the Black Knight to him, aiming to compel his family to accept him once again. Back at the Academy, it is revealed that the 5 love interests have developed a new type of armor to challenge Leon. However, this time, Leon deliberately chooses to lose the battle as he holds no interest in fighting them. Greg takes control of the armor and the battle commences, but Luxian detects a flaw in Greg's armor. Despite Leon's warning, Greg refuses to exit the armor, unaware that it is on the verge of exploding. Ultimately, Leon is forced to destroy the armor to save Greg from imminent danger. Later on, Leon is awarded a genuine Distinguished Service Medal for his role in capturing Princess Gertrude. Angelica insists that he attends the ceremony, as she wishes to introduce him to her brother and father. During the ceremony, it is revealed that Marie has managed to retrieve the Saint's bracelet. However, her reaction turns furious when she realizes that there are still 2 remaining Saint's items to be obtained, which she believes will solidify her position as the protagonist. After the ceremony, Leon encounters Olivia, who reminds him that she patiently awaits his response to her love confession. Meanwhile, Luxian draws a comparison between Leon and Marie, highlighting their shared traits of using their knowledge of the game to acquire whatever they desire.